Resistance Band Training Live. I'm your host, Dave Schmitz, Bandman, and I'm coming at you with a great episode this week. I was at a seminar this week, Fast Track for Fitness Professionals. It was an outstanding conference put on by Pat Rigsby, Jim LeBady, and Nick Berry. You know, those guys really know their stuff, and if you're interested in getting more information about them, just go to patnickandjim.com and you'll find out all you need to know. But I was talking to Pat this weekend because he's been having some problems with his low back. He recently injured his low back lifting weights, and so we sat down, and interesting enough, what we found was he's got a lot of frontal plane weakness. His trunk and his hips just simply don't kick in when they need to stabilize his pelvis in the frontal plane. So I gave him some resistance band workouts that I thought, hey, why don't I just show you guys as well? Because you know what? You probably got these people that when they squat, you know, their knees cave in, or when they're in a single leg squat and they go down, they just kind of buckle and roll in. And a lot of times that can be frontal plane weakness, either due to some ankle issues or some hip issues. Fact is, you got to strengthen that hip and stabilize that hip, specifically the glute medius. So I thought, hey, let's get you guys some frontal plane stabilization exercises, and we'll put it into a circuit so that you can actually incorporate it into your boot camps. And guess what we're going to use? Yep, we're going to use a 30, 30, 30, 30 workout put out by Workout News. So you know you're getting it all today. You're getting a little bit of medical stuff, you're getting a little bit of fitness stuff, and you're getting all put together into a great circuit you can put in your boot camp. Ready to go? Let's get at it. All right, back with you for the workout. Now, let me just take you through the exercises. I'm not going to actually do the whole workout. I'll show you how you can get the whole workout later on if you're interested in it. But what I want to do is take you through my frontal plane stabilization. Okay, here's what we've got to hit now. We've got to hit the trunk, we've got to hit the hips, and then what we got to do is we got to get the whole thing activated. And in the meantime, I want to hit my upper body a little bit as well. Well, you know what I say, you pull with your butt. So let's get rolling here, and let me show you what I mean by that. I've gone ahead and I've hooked up two red bands, typically called small bands or mini bands. Now the reason I got two set up is because I'm not going to be able to do all these exercises with the same amount of resistance. So by setting and hooking up two bands, I can just drop a band when I need to. Not going to use a handle because you know what, I don't need one on this drill. We're going to go with first rotational pulling, unilateral pulling. Now remember, we're going to do this for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, and 30 seconds. So I'll show you later on how to do the whole workout. But right now, just the exercise. Just going to do some frontal, some lateral or rotational pulling. Now every time I reach and get down there, my right glute's got to activate. We're going to pull, and the key thing is the reach. You want to reach, come up pulling. Reach, come up pulling. Notice how I'm driving off my right leg when I do it. Now let's switch it to the other side. Now you'll be able to see it maybe a little bit more effectively. Right here, I'm going to reach and load and get over that. The band is literally pulling me into that. Now I'm coming up pulling, dropping down, pulling, dropping down, pulling, and dropping down, pulling. Now what that's going to do is it's going to activate my right shoulder blade, get that working, but it's also going to activate my left hip. So you know what? Now I'm getting frontal plane stabilization with some rotational exercise. Now, let me take you into exercise number 2. We're going to drop a band. We're only going to go with one band because now what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to work on some frontal plane trunk stabilization with some hip stabilization. Lock it out, tight, come back. Don't let that band come off the top of your head. Keep it tall. Really reach it up. Stick it. Come on back. If you can't put it up there, put it down here. Just work. You want a little release? Hey, release that leg and get that trunk kicking in. What you're going to sense is left trunk activating with the right hip. So now what you're doing is you're making the left trunk become a major player in frontal plane stabilization, helping out the right hip. After you're done with that, you just drop it over here, put it up here, same drill. There, take it overhead. Oh man, that really gets my trunk going. Or release. Oh baby, hands come off the top of your head. Keep them strong. Kick it down. Right there. Outstanding way to activate your trunk and get some frontal plane stabilization. It's guaranteed it's going to kick things in. It has to. Why? Because you're making your body react. If your body doesn't react, here's what's going to happen. You're going to see your hands start to migrate left and right. Don't do that. Keep them locked up overhead. Third exercise. Now we're going to bring it all together. We're going to go back to the two bands, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to put them over our hips. So we're going to drop in there, put it at our hips. And what we're going to do is a little step drill. A little step drill. Now we want to make this tougher. Release. Don't come up higher. Notice, there's where I am when I do the step without the release. I better be there when I do it with the release. Don't come up. Stick. Get back home. Notice my feet straight ahead. A lot of people want to turn that foot out so they can activate their quadricep and not their hip. Okay? I want my hip activated. So I'm releasing, and I'm releasing. Then I'm just going to rotate around. Notice I rotate towards the band. Always rotate towards the attachment. It's easier. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Stick. Stick. Release. 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 And release. There you go. 3 exercises. Easy way to alternate. Just go back and forth from side to side and get your frontal plane stabilization kicking in. What do you think? Hey, tell me what you think. If you like these drills, make sure you let me know.